Of course, there's a lot more to success than just having a clear mind. But without a clear mind, it's unlikely that you'll get anywhere. And so, to clear your mind, you have to understand the difference between a rough analysis of what's going on and a specific analysis of what's going on. When you have that clear understanding, then you can move forward. And in any particular scenario, any situation at all, any system, anything you do has 7 different components. That's the essence of this mystery. There are 7 different things going on in anything. Whether we're talking about the cosmos, or a love affair, or a business management situation, or just a conversation, there are 7 things going on. And if you don't understand that there are 7 things going on, and you don't know what they are, then you lack something. You lack the knowledge of the situation. And without knowledge, success is really difficult. So these 7 things are fairly simple, and the words that describe them are as simple as it gets. You have to ring fence what it is that your mind is focusing on first. I'm not interested in that at the moment. I'm interested in this. I'm not that kind of person. I am this kind of person. Make those kind of definitions. Without that, you're confused. You don't know what you are. You don't know what anything is. So you put boundaries around things. You identify things. You choose what you're talking about. And you're real with that. You're authentic with that. Next, you have to open your mind up. A clear mind is not closed. It's not bigoted. It's open. It's not necessarily wide open to every single idea, because of the first thing we've said. What is excluded is allowing only some things in. But when you've allowed some things in, then you can open up to consider them. Now this, in the 7-word system, this is what we're discussing, is the word hello, where you expand your ideas to include new ideas, new people. And you say hello to things that you read in a book. Hello, that's an interesting idea. Or new people that you meet. Hello, how are you doing? This word hello opens things up and gives your attention to something that has not been looking at before. And there's an exchange taking place. You give your ideas, you receive other ideas, and so on. And this expands your horizons. That helps clear the mind. Now, the third thing that we're looking at, the third word in this system, is thanks. If the first word is no, and the second is hello, the third is thanks. Thanks is to do with opening the heart, softening your sense of what's going into the mind. And the mind isn't only to do with analytical thought, it's also to do with intuition. It actually has a dimension of it which is telepathic or empathic or sympathetic. There's this kind of sense that goes with the thinking, and that sense is something registered in a different part of your body, registered in the heart. And when you train yourself to show appreciation, to give, to feel rapport, to make people feel comfortable, that actually changes what your mind is doing. Your mind is then much more relaxed. It's not tight, it's not controlling things, it's opening up to things on a deeper level. The opening up of the hello energy deepens now into the thank you energy of appreciation. Like, that's not what I was expecting, but it's good anyway. I can see the beauty in that. It's a lot to do with beauty. And so this open mind is now felt as well as thought. And we come to the 4th key word in the 7-word system, which is goodbye. And this is where you have to distinguish between the past and the future. The past is gone. However recent it is, however nostalgic you are for it, however committed you were to it, it is gone. It doesn't exist anymore and never will again. It's dead. It's gone. That ruthless sense of moving on, moving on, moving on. The freedom to look at the future without the sticky tentacles of the past pulling you down, pulling you back. And saying goodbye has a lot to do with realization, not being caught up in illusion, but realizing the facts of the matter. The facts are, things have changed. She's not coming back. He's not going to do that for me. I can't get this situation sorted out. Those are the facts. When you realize the facts honestly, authentically, looking at the measurements and the information that you're getting and not getting silly about interpreting them more optimistically than you should. When you realize that, then you make a decision. A decision follows a realization immediately. If you haven't made a decision, you haven't realized the facts. If you've realized all the facts, well, what else is there but a decision? And then, having made the decision, you complete on it, and then you're free. Now, those 4 words, no, hello, thanks, goodbye, take us around and around in circles, unless, after you're free from the past, your next visionary approach to life is new. It's not regurgitating, repeating, reconstructing from the past another version of it. It's to do with using the past as a foundation, a platform, to go somewhere new, to expand into a visionary sense of what might be. And this generally is accessed through a higher self. Each of us can link up with the higher self, the soul, or whatever you want to call it, or understand it as. If we tune in to that higher part of us that has an oversight, a supervision, can see life from a higher perspective, perhaps the soul's sight, then we can vision the future as an expanded, more beautiful, rich and colourful, fulfilling version of how we express ourselves. This is please in the 7-word system. It starts with vision. You have to know what it is you're seeing as the potential in the future. And then you have to intend. Intend comes from the word to do with tendons. You tense up your tendons to stretch towards getting something done. Having a vision is of no consequence unless you intend to realize it. And inevitably you'll need cooperation to do that, collaboration with other people. And to get that cooperation, you have to merge their vision, whoever they are, with yours. If your vision is to have a cup of coffee, you have to pay money to the cafe owner whose vision is to receive money. And that's true of every collaboration at the highest level. You have to make sure that your vision of the future overlaps with somebody else's vision of the future. And then access this higher source of the vision to make it come to pass. We've all got more than we access, all of us. There is no end to who we are. It goes right the way back to the source. We are infinite and eternal, all-powerful, all-knowing beings, if only we would choose to be that. When we make an impact upon the world by projecting our vision into the general population, there will always be some kickback, or feedback if you prefer, where somebody doesn't want what we want to happen. And they try and stop us, or they try and adjust what we're doing, or something. And we have to take that into account. If we are insensitive in our approach, there'll be more of that, and it will be more negative. If we're very sensitive, there'll be very well-intentioned, helpful commentary. Blame or helpful commentary, one way or another, we're going to have feedback. And we have to take that into account. Now, this is the word sorry. Whoops, I made a mistake. Sorry, I will correct it. That's a much healthier view of the word sorry. And this starts with taking responsibility, not for what you've been told you have to take responsibility for, but for every single thing in your life, every single life experience. is yours. You created it. So you got to be responsible for it. And if it didn't work right, then feel that. Feel the remorse associated with having done something less than sensitively, less than supremely well done. Just feel that. Oh, whoops! Sorry. I wanted to do better than that. And then you repair any damage you've caused, and so you can release it and move on. To the word yes, and the seventh mystery in the 7-word system is this idea of once you've got all of that worked out, you can do anything in life properly. Then you just might as well accept whatever comes your way. And the first word is permission. You don't want it to happen, but you'll allow it. The second is acceptance. Oh, well, I don't mind. Third is agreement. Yeah, I want that to happen. And the fourth is surrender, which is the ultimate path to happiness. It's just like, yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Life is just so good. And if it doesn't seem good at the moment, then change something. Life is dynamic. You're required to change something all of the time. Every day you must change. That's one of the requirements of life. It changes all of the time. So if your intention is blocked, change your intention. Change who you're doing it with. Change something until you get it right. And when you get it right, then you're just flowing along. You're dancing to the music of life.